Class 2, Week 2 for 5th B. Okay, good morning, kids. Our class today would be about how to write a narrative story. What is a narrative story and what is its purpose? Its purpose is to entertain. The narrative includes, first of all, yourself. You are going to write about what experiences, what things had happened to you, or you can write about another people joined to you. For example, you and your family, or your brother, you and your sister, or an animal, it can be. The second point is the settings. What's that? Well, it refers where the story is going to take place. What will be in a mountain, in the beach, in your house, in Guadalajara, in United States, in a park. So the setting is the place where you are going to write your story. The third point is the plot. What is the plot? The plot is everything that you are going to write about in your story. So it means what happens in the story. In the story, remember that it has an introduction to the topic. Then you are going to add all the different experiences, everything that you want to write about is included in the plot. So is the principal part of interest to entertain the reader. Then you have the sequence of events. You have to think first how is going to start your narrative story. Then what is the following step? Where it happened, what happened in that day, what things you saw, what things did you eat, maybe the clothes that you wore. Many details you are going to include it here in the sequence of events, but it has be followed with an original way. Then sometimes you can include the conflict and resolution. What is that? Sometimes there is a narrative story when some event or some events are quite difficult, or they are related to a murder or ghosts or something like that. Well, there is a conflict between what happened to you and what is the relation with your members that you are including in your writing. Your dog, what happened with your father, or what happened with your mother, or whatever situation there is a conflict, and how is it going to be the way that you are going to give the solution to this. For example, if I write that I went to Acapulco, but unfortunately the hotel was full, I didn't have any room to stay. So what will be the solution? Maybe you stay in a cottage, or maybe you decided to go to another hotel, or maybe you had to stay in your van for one night until you find another place to stay. So this is the type of situation that sometimes happen in a narrative story. If there is going to be a narrative about, I don't know, a princess and princesses, what will be the conflicts? That maybe one of them is a good one, the other one is bad, and there is a third person, and how is going to be the solution of these conflicts, okay? Then the part of the descriptive details of your feelings and the events. Here is the point that you are going to share with the reader the feelings that you want to transmit to the reader. It is a happy ending, it is a sad ending, it is a situation with problems and the solution that you are going to write, or whatever event that you want to write about. So the details here, what you are going to include? Obviously, adjectives, okay? Adjectives are the words that are going to help you to show and to detail places, people, things, environment in your story, the way that you were dressed, the way that you were eating, how was the environment. It was cold, it was hot, there were a lot of flowers, there were a lot of animals, it was in the sea. Did you see maybe animal, dolphins, or whatever details you have to give it. In the way that you give more details to your story is going to show to the reader more interested. And another important point here is your feelings. You are going to transmit through your writing the feelings that you are showing in your writing. You can write if you were happy in that event, if you were sad, if you were anxious, if you were nervous, if you were afraid, it was a terrific situation, or whatever situation, obviously you are going to show your feelings, okay? Let's see one example of these narrative stories. I went to the Tiki Tiki restaurant for my mom's birthday. It was a special place because it was decorated like Hawaii. First, I got fruit juice in a real pineapple cup. It was delicious. Next, I tried a lot of Hawaiian food from the huge buffet. I liked the potatoes, the pork, and the rice. Finally, there was a show with a hula and fire dancers. It was so exciting. I was a little afraid of the fire dancers. I had a great time at the Tiki Tiki restaurant. I hope I can go there again. So if we analyze this narrative story, first is the introduction. What was the place? It was a restaurant that was called Tiki Tiki. Who was with the narrator? The mom's birthday. Then they explain why they were in that place and how it was decorated. Then he explains what type of food he was eating, and also the feeling, delicious. Okay, and how was the buffet? Huge. So we are checking here that we have the adjectives. Then the feelings about the food, what he liked, the potatoes, the pork, and the rice. And then he expresses that it was a specific event that was the hula and the fire dancers. How he shows his or her feelings, exciting, another adjective, but also expresses afraid. Why? Because the fire dancers. And at the end, he concluded, or she concluded, saying that she had a great time at the Tiki Tiki restaurant, and they show that he or she want to get back again. So that is the way, very simple, but it covers all the details that the narrative are trying to focus on. Now, here you are going to complete the paragraph with your own ideas, following the steps of the narrative. That is, meeting the neighbors. I live in an apartment building in a big city. My best friend Scott lives in the building too, but we don't know many of our neighbors. Scott and I thought that it would be a good idea to meet them, and then we had a great idea. We decided to have a building party. So this is a part of the story. What you are going to make? Well, you are going to complete this story. You are going to include the plot, the sequence of events, the conflict or resolution, for example, who is going to take care of the things, who is going to carry the food or the drinks or whatever. There is going to be a conflict between these decisions, and you are going to describe all whatever you are going to write. For example, the way that the party was, how was it decorated, the type of clothes that you wore that day, if there was a custom or it was a type of event where everybody went in the way they wanted, the music that it was in the party, who was going to carry the music, everything. So all the details that you are going to include is going to be your paragraph in a narrative. That is the meaning of narrative. It means in Spanish una narrativa. Okay, so it's going to vas a narrar aquel evento que te incluye sentimientos, que te incluye conflictos, que te incluye resoluciones, pero tienes que hablar ya sea de ti y tus acompañantes o solamente de ti, al igual que el lugar donde se lleva a cabo la narrativa. Escoges el lugar, en este caso es en un edificio de vecinos, and vas a decidir cómo vas a completar esta historia. Okay, so practice, as I have told you several times. Also, we had made a lot of writings at school. Make your drafts before you take a decision of what is going to be the completion of your paragraph. Make your first or second draft, and then you decided what you are going to write on. In the Zoom class, each of you are going to read in what way did you completed the story. I hope that with these details you can improve your writing, and now you understand what a narrative story it is about. I wish you luck and get good ideas. All right, see you next class. No? Sorry, I have said to you goodbye, but I forgot to tell you about the homework. Write a narrative story of 60 to 80 words. Write it in your notebooks. Okay? Thank you for your attention. See you later. Bye.